Alright, good morning. I know I'm looking like the Unabomber this morning, but don't trip. I ain't gonna blow up nothing this morning. Real quick, just grab my breakfast because I'm feeling lazy this morning. Don't want to eat what I brought, but I want to talk about confidence. Actually, I just want to talk about my confidence. And I don't know why this is so prevalent on me, but I want to share it because maybe it'll help somebody else. As a young man growing up, I didn't have my father. He wasn't in my life. Matter of fact, I probably only seen him like twice or whatever. Last time I was like 10 years old. But I had a stepfather. One of which who, was a man full of bravado, but highly capable. I'll give that to him. He was a capable man, kept himself up. And at times I find myself living with a similar bravado as he did. And I think that's, it's almost like through osmosis the way it happened. But he used to be the type of man I never hardly wanted to ask him for anything because, he just always seemed like the type of person who would say no. And a lot of times, sometimes people treat me the same because they think I'm like that because most times my face is very stoned. And when stoned as in not stoned, but stoned. But, hey, I've had that too happen. But anyway. There was a thing that he told me. One time I went to ask him for something, and he was like, whatever you want from me, just ask me. Sorry, I speak Ebonics with the ask so many times I don't pronounce it correctly, but whatever you want, just ask me, because all I can say is no. Well, I want to say, if I actually tagged him on this video, because he is on Facebook, I would say to him, he just doesn't know how that opened up my world tremendously. There's not a person I'm afraid to speak to. There's not a person I'm afraid of being in their presence. There's not a thing I'm afraid to ask for. There's not a thing I'm afraid to pursue if that's what I want to pursue. All because of that one statement that he made to me as a child. I was like, I don't know, 11 or 12 years old. And it just changed my world. And then, some other things I went through later in life just reinforced this principle. But many times we've often heard it be said, a closed mouth doesn't get fed, and which is true, but without having, this type of reinforcement behind you, where, what's the worst that could happen? Somebody's going to say no, and then you're going to have to go somewhere else and seek it out. Or you're going to have to find some other way to get it taken care of. So for me, I was lucky. Mine was not born out of the adversity of having to ask someone. It was born out of my youth with my stepfather, and him telling me that basically the worst thing that anybody could ever do for a request that I make, say no. That's why I talk like I talk. That's why I behave like I behave. It's the reason why my truck was wrecked 4 months ago and I still drive it, because that stuff don't concern me. And part of that is because I'm in litigation right now for that, so I have to keep it at this moment. But it's the reason why I live my life the way I live my life. I'm unafraid in terms of dealing with people and requesting things. I'm always in my boss's ear, always in his face, you know, telling him stuff and making requests. And because he makes himself available like that, gives me the opportunity to do that, and I'm not afraid to do that. But just for anyone who may, you know, be timid about approaching someone or saying something, you know, another thing that I do is I will have the habit of saying what I feel if I have certain feelings for someone. I'm not afraid to tell you that. Even though it may be in a space and a place where, you know, we can't have each other like that. Maybe there's some type of conversation we've been having or vibe that we've been, you know, having, and I'll just tell you straight up how I feel about you. And that is what that is. That's real. It's not for me to gain anything. It's for me to get it off my heart, because I think people deserve to know how you feel about them, especially when it's positive, you know. So, as always, you know, I always enjoy my time in the group and the different things that people bring to the group. You know, it makes it great. And I just want to leave this message. You know, today this is not a God-filled message. This is a personal message for me. And I'm giving my personal message to you. You know, tell people how you feel about them. You don't have to be over the top with it, but you can definitely, you know, let a person know that you're fond of them. I'm fond of a lot of people in this group, you know, and I'm gonna let that be known. I'm a fan. So, you know, let's not take things too far, but at the same time, you know, let's not be afraid to express ourselves and say how we feel if that's within you to do. But, you know, God says, let our requests be made known to him. So easy. Just do it. Alright. Now I'm about to pull up at the old JOB. Get in here and try and walk this day through. And y'all have a blessed one.